About some hard knocks, yeah.
I mean, this is like years in the making for me, because for years I've been talking to everybody about aliens. You know, everybody saying they don't exist. Everybody, it's crazy to think that we are the only living life forms in the entire galaxy or the entire universe. Now, while I don't think aliens look like the science project that Mexico tried to show to us a couple weeks ago, I don't think they look like that, but I do think they're real, bro. I think there is some sort of like life form out there. Maybe, I don't know if they're so intelligent that they're watching us and that they got all this technology or whatever, but I do think there is something out there. Check, starting with you. What you think, man? What's your take on this whole alien extravaganza?
Yeah, so this is another subject I like to talk about. I watch a lot of documentaries and stuff on too, but honestly, you never know, right? You know, until proven, otherwise. But I do believe there's some sort of interdimension, not intergalactic, like in space. I'm talking about interdimensional, like fourth dimension, fifth dimension type. You know, you can watch different documentaries on it. Something out there that exists, but I don't know. Like you said, whether they look like how they portray it to be, we don't know. But there's definitely something out there, and they're definitely giving us signs and stuff. You know?
So you believe these beings are like they reside and live in those dimensions? They're not exactly in our dimension. They might be in the outer dimension.
Like so like Interstellar, like when you're going into like they went to that warm like different dimension type of thing, right? I think. Right. There's beings that live in that. I don't know if they live in different planets. I don't know, but I think they do, like, definitely the fourth, fifth. There's a fourth, fifth, dimension somewhere. Right. You can watch documentaries on it.
Yeah, when you said that, that's Interstellar was like the first thing that actually came to my mind. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because of like how, which I thought was like a real concept and a real cool concept and a way to kind of portray that on screen. That actually physically being in different dimensions and being able to somehow connect or interact with that other dimension. So yeah, definitely interesting. What about you, Dom? Go ahead, Chad. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Another thing I want to briefly touch base on is I do also believe that they're trying to scare us. And I think really? there's some other agenda. Yeah. So that's why they're all of this is coming out now. But you can look up the Blue Beam Project and things like that. Yeah.
So when you say they're trying to scare us, you mean like you think like they're controlling the media? That is like I don't get what like elaborate on. What
so the government, if you watch documentaries like the Zeitgeist, and it explains a lot about it. But I think the government is trying to release it just to scare us or create some sort of one world thing. I don't want to get too deep into it, But,
yeah,
I don't need nobody coming at my door.
I think Dom, and Rachel, what is y'all's take on these aliens?
So for me, yeah, I was just like when you said like it's kind of closed-minded to just say, oh, there's nothing out there. You know what I'm saying? When they already tell us that there's so much more out there that we haven't really been able to like discover. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of just like closed-minded and just like, oh yeah, there's nothing out there. There's no such thing. You know what I mean? I feel like you said, the thing that happened in Mexico with them aliens, I don't know what them boys trying to do over there, but
I heard it happened in
Brazil too.
I heard it happened in Brazil.
I feel like that ain't it. That ain't what we looking for.
Let's get into this real quick. Let me ask this. If we're gonna establish that we're not believing the whole Mexico thing that they did, what is the reason you think they would have to do? Why would Mexico? Because that's what I'm stuck on trying to figure out from when they did this shit. Was like, why would they? What are they trying to do? Why do they want us to believe?
I'm saying there's people who don't believe that America actually landed on the moon at the time that it did. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I feel like they're just trying to be the first to really acquire some real alien stuff, and what a perfect time to do it than where there's actually accounts of people having alien encounters. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Or at least them saying they had alien encounters, because there's none caught on video. I believe if there is aliens out there, bro, they're kind of
They're warning us.
they could be warning us, or they could be so technology advanced
Right.
that we're not gonna see them. You know what I'm
Which-
saying? Like,
yeah.
there's so if they got here, the advanced technology that they have is insane and out of this world, and they're not gonna slip up and let us see them. Like, unless they wanted to be seen. I don't know.
So you remember you say they wouldn't let us see them, like they probably got some sort of like invisibility power or something, or like they so quick it would just happen like a flash, like we wouldn't even realize it happened.
Because you got to think about if they got here, it's on some crazy, almost damn near magical stuff how they got here. You know what I'm saying? Because like,
How would it be magical?
Because think about it. Okay,
We go out there. We went to the
Yeah.
moon allegedly.
Yeah, we go to the
Mars or
moon.
wherever
We know there's nothing going on the moon, or no activity. I think we know that there's no activity on Mars, so they have to be coming from further if they're coming into contact with us.
Right.
That takes some like non-human like ability to get to Earth from wherever they would come from. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like by default we think automatically, okay, if these beings do exist, they're super smart, they're super intelligent, they're trying to scare us. We are, naturally kind of scared or intimidated by them and what we don't know. But I always think to myself, what if it's the other way around? What if they're on their planet, wherever they're at, looking at us like, God, I hope they do not come over here. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I hope, what if we're more technologically advanced than them, and wherever they are, they're seeing us, but they're like, man, what these humans, I hope they don't go any further than the moon. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hope they don't. I feel like that's a possibility too, because I just feel like unless the government truly does have some sort of alien, which is hidden at Area 50, wherever it's called, and they've done experiments or they've had communication, who is this person that set the detail that, okay, they are definitely more intelligent than us, they are definitely got powers and can float and slug us up into the someone had to have made that up. You know what I'm saying? Like, unless an alien told them and it's like, look, we can do all this shit, don't let us do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, someone had to have made it up.
They just mistakenly just fall on Earth. Oh man, where am I?
Or they could have already been here.
That's true.
Already been here. Yeah.
That too. That's another thing I think.
Just like Rachel said, like, you know what I'm saying, what she's saying, they could, if they are coming back, it could be to possibly warn us about something we've done in the past. And
like
not
destroying our Earth, rainforest. And,
stuff like that.
You heard about the documentary that they're working on about the aliens that landed in Africa back in like 1996, something like that? You ever heard about that? So there's a documentary that they're working on, and it's about some aliens that landed in front of a school, like during the recess, right? And they landed in the school, in the playground, like by the playground or something. And a lot of kids saw it, even the teachers. A lot of people witnessed it, and they went and covered it up. And they interviewed all of these kids back then to explain what they saw, and then they interviewed him 30 years later. So today, in this time, they interviewed him again to see what they witnessed. And they're like, oh, we just saw like these figures, and we saw a spaceship land, and we saw these figures, and they like looked like they're moving really fast, and like they don't speak, but I could understand them. It's crazy. You gotta look it up on YouTube. Yeah, just type in aliens land in Africa school or something like that. Like, it's crazy.
Okay.
Yeah.
And these are people, and all these people have the same account, the same story. Like they said, we saw the same thing. Like
they all have the same. It's like 30, 40 people, like a bunch of kids, even staff. And they interviewed them when they were kids, and then they interviewed them again as adults.
Yeah, the alien conversation, you could talk about this for like hours. You know what I'm saying? Because there's just so much to talk about and cover about it. There's just so much stuff.
If y'all want to get into any stuff, if you got Amazon Prime, there's like an add-on called Jaya, and then there's a shit ton of documentaries on there that you could watch. It's pretty cool.
Like about stuff like this, like aliens.
Yeah, about stuff like there's a lot of stuff on there.
It's a hard knock life for us. I just